First off, I would like to put a disclaimer. I am exercising First Amendment right of freedom of speech and press, and if those who might be offended, please click off this video right now. I'll give you a second. Alright, this message right here goes out to all the world leaders, all the social media influencers, and just anybody of status or power who can probably help me out or hear me out. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're a ruler of a country or a social media influencer. We all need to come together and help one another. Now, my issue is I've been fighting to get my family back. I've been dealing with corruptions and lies from my local officials who broke state and federal law. To put it in a nutshell, my young children were taken into state custody because my baby son got into an accidental death that I was not charged for, my spouse wasn't charged for, the sheriff in the corner all ruled it out as accidental death, that there's nothing like, it could not been prevented or anything, okay? It's just one of those things that was out of my control. And because of that, the state decided to take my kids from me and put them in state custody. Now, if you read my petition on change.org, I go into detail about the story about what exactly happened that night. My son died and my children were taken, because I'm not trying to make this video too long. I'm just upset for the fact that my mother and my grandfather passed away and they never got a chance to see all their grandchildren. Texas State has caused me so much stress and anxiety, emotionally and physically drained. I'm having anxiety at night. I'm having a hard time trying to keep up a job, even though I have been, from the time they were taken, I've been working a job. It's not like I haven't been on a job, but it's been hard emotionally, if y'all understand where I'm coming from. Not only that, they illegally given my oldest son antidepressants, which I never approved of. Mind you, my son is only 9 years old. At the time, he was only 6 years old, and they doping him up with Adderall and Risperdal and all these other drugs and antipsychotic drugs that's coming out the taxpayers' money. Another issue I'm dealing with is, after all my children were taken, I did have another child that was taken at birth. Now that child was placed with a relative that lives 4 hours from me. The court has ordered visitation and child support, even though I done nothing wrong and the child shouldn't have been removed in the first place. Now, 3 years later, the caregiver doesn't even want to give my child back to me. She thinks I'm some surrogate that just gave birth and she got a child and that I'm paying her child support. Mind you, she's getting state benefits and she took my whole stimulus check. I haven't had not one day with my child since birth, and she is just mooching off the system and taxpayers' dollars. So I say, somebody please drain her nasty, swampy account. Please. I am no one's surrogate, and some people might say this is a state issue, but this is a human right issue. 14th Amendment, and I am asking if anybody, any of the world leaders out there hear me. God, please hear me. Social media influencers, please hear me. Please help me bring my children home for the holiday, okay? I have nobody to help me fight this issue, okay? Now, people may ask, well, where's your spouse? Where's your spouse? Well, let me tell you about him. He chickened out, okay? He wants to give up and surrender to the state. Me, I'm a fighter. I will keep on fighting. I'm just like Denzel from that movie, John Q, when he was about to give his life for his son because he ride or die for his son. That's me. And that's my message for today. And to wrap this video up, I would like to show you photos of my children. That's me with the youngest one right there. She want to claim that I don't want to visit the child. I want to take the child away to Canada. All this craziness. She thinks I'm her surrogate. And here's go another photo. This is the child's father. That's him with some of my other the children. That's the youngest. That's my two boys. That's Lisa when she was little. That's Brian when he was born. And this is more photos of my children. This is the school I had registered them for. They was going to go to that school. Here go my son. There go the youngest, not the youngest, but the middle daughter. Their room was all fixed up. I had safety locks. I did everything correct like they say. Okay? There is no reason for them to be in state custody. Now, if anybody have any questions or comments or want to get in contact with me, I have all the contact information below. I have my email. You can contact me at skata_girl_rocks@aol.com. You can contact me at Twitter at east_coast_flav. That's FLAV. I got my change.org. Please sign my petition. Spread the word. And thank you and God bless.